So let's see what is a network and what are the types of networks and different network topologies. So in simple terms, a network is a collection of interconnected devices that can communicate with each other. So these devices can be computers, smartphones, servers, or any other equipment which is capable of sending and receiving data. So networks allow us to share resources like files, printers, and internet connections, making our digital lives much more efficient. So as you can see here, we have firewall, we have router, we have laptop, we have printer, we have servers, we have a switch, we have Wi-Fi connected, we have mobile phone devices. So all this interconnected devices plus communication is known as network. So what is network? Network is interconnected devices plus communication. Now let's talk about the different types of networks based on their geographical scope. We'll focus on three main types: local area network, metropolitan area network, and wide area network. So a local area network or a LAN is a network that typically spans a small area such as a single building or an office or a campus. So LANs are commonly used in home, schools, and businesses for local communication and resources sharing. So let me draw some small example of LAN. For example, if you are using a Wi-Fi in home, then you may have, for that Wi-Fi, you may have multiple devices connected, something like computer, laptop, or a mobile phone. So all this together, we can call it as LAN, which is local area network. So the advantages of local area network is it has faster data transfer and it is easy to share any resources and it has low cost. And the disadvantages of LAN, it is limited geographical coverage and scalability challenges. So a metropolitan area network or a MAN covers a larger geographical area than a LAN but is smaller than a WAN. So metropolitan area connects multiple local area network within a city or a metropolitan area. So the ownership can be owned by a single organization or multiple organization in metropolitan area network. So the speed, typically it's high because we are using fiber optics. Mostly we are using fiber optics in the metropolitan area network. And the example of metropolitan area network, citywide networks, universities, campuses, corporate networks, spanning multiple buildings. So the advantages of metropolitan area network are it covers large area, high speed connectivity, and the disadvantages of MAN, higher cost than LAN and requires more complex infrastructure. So a wide area network or a WAN is a network that spans a larger geographical area connecting multiple local area network and metropolitan area network across cities, countries, or a continent. So the internet is the largest wide area network connecting devices worldwide. So the ownership can be privately owned or operated by telecommunication companies. But in the LAN, the ownership is owned and controlled and managed by a single organization. So the advantages of wide area network are it is globally connectivity, it has global connectivity, it has vast resources and services, and the disadvantages of wide area network are higher cost, slower speeds compared to local area network and metropolitan area network. In some cases, we also have security challenges. Great. Now that we have understand the types of networks, let's dive into network topologies. So a topology defines the layout of how devices are connected in a network. We'll cover 6 common topologies: mesh, star, ring, bus, tree, and hybrid. As you can see, here are the images of different topologies which look like. So we'll jump into different topologies. First, the mesh topology. In a mesh topology or in a mesh network, every device is connected to each other device. This provides high redundancy and reliability. As there are multiple paths for data to travel, however, it can be complex and costly to implement. So for example, if we have A device here, a B device here, C device here, D. So if you want to communicate from A to D, then communication can happen through this cable, and we can send a message from A computer to D computer from this path. What if this connection get lost? So then we can communicate from A to B, B to C, then B to D. So mesh topology has high reliability, and the cost will also increase because we are using a lot of cables here. Each computer has multiple cables connected to each device. So coming to star topology, here all the devices are connected to central hub or a switch. This hub manages and controls all the data traffic. So star topology is easy to install and manage, and it's common in home and office networks. For example, other than hub, we may have here a Wi-Fi router. So whatever you communicate from computer A to computer B, it may come through the Wi-Fi router and receive to computer B. What if this hub got disconnected? What if this Wi-Fi router got disconnected or it has some issue? Then we may not communicate. Whole network can't communicate because it is a central hub. So star topology is easy to manage, but there is a single point of failure. Coming to ring topology, in a ring network, each device is connected to 2 other devices, forming a circular path. Data travels in one direction, so reducing the chances of data collision. However, if one device fails, it can affect the entire network. So ring topology is efficient but vulnerable to disruption. Now the bus topology. All devices are connected to a single central cable or a bus. This is simple and cost-effective topology. But if the central cable fails, the entire network goes down. For example, if the central cable, if central cable fails, then entire network, you may not get the connectivity. So bus topology is simple, cost-effective, and potential slowdowns are there. Coming to tree topology, we have, for example, this is a hierarchical topology where star configured networks are interconnected in a scalable and ideal for larger networks, like those in university or large corporation. So tree topology is scalable and it is complex. Lastly, the hybrid topology. As the name suggests, it combines 2 or more different topologies to leverage the benefits of each topology. For example, a network might use a star topology in one section and a mesh topology in another. As you can see here, this is what star topology. This is what ring topology. This is what bus topology. This is what tree topology. So all mixed together, we can call it as hybrid topology. To sum up, we'll explore what networks are and what are the different types of network like LAN, MAN, WAN, and various network topologies, including mesh, star, ring, bus, tree, and hybrid. So each type of topology has its own strengths and use cases, making it crucial to choose the right on based on your requirements.